morning, folks. Nice dreary morning to take a fine drive through the Kentucky and Tennessee mountains on 2-lane road. Sometimes it's nice to get on these back roads, though. It's just a change of pace. Sometimes you get on some of these old back roads, see these towns that time forgot. It's kind of interesting. Talking to some folks, and everybody trying to figure out where the freight go. Seems like freight has dropped off a cliff. Freight availability, and it's causing freight rates to start to drop on the spot market. It kind of reminded me of these fellers I used to watch on YouTube that, well, I still watch them on occasion. Usually they're younger fellers that hadn't been in the market long, hadn't been in trucking long. They went and bought them a truck and started working that spot market. They're making money hand over fist. Just $15,000 haul load, 86 miles. It was, and the market got pretty lucrative like that for a while. It's, especially around all the pandemic and everything, and with shortages. Every once in a while, I'd hear some old hand tell one of these young bucks, hey, you better be socking that money away. Those rates ain't going to stay that way forever. And that young buck would just scoff at him, like, tell him, you know your worth. Don't haul it for no cheaper than that. Okay. You're 500 miles away from the house. And the only load you can find going in your general direction is $1 a mile. You go ahead and deadhead it, because you ain't gonna, because you know your worth. We're on the backside of that now, and freight rates are dropping. Feeling you're gonna see a bunch of these boys. They're either gonna drop off the face of the earth and you ain't gonna hear nothing else out of them, or they gonna go to squalling. Because if they'd have took the time when they were making all that money and paid a truck off, paid a trailer off, paid off all their debts, their bills, put themselves in a good place, so when freight rates dropped, well, they'd still be making real good money because they wouldn't have any bills. Their overhead would be cut way down. No, they's buying pickup trucks and cars, pickup trucks to give away to their fans, and boob jobs for their old ladies, and motorcycles for their kids. They just spending money like it was water. This thing about the trucking industry, it's constantly ebbing and flowing. It's feast or famine. It's past couple of years, my company's been making real good money. So much they've had to give us numerous raises just to keep us, from jumping ship. Well, now the freight's going to go the other way, and they're still going to have to pay us that good money. They're not going to be making as much money. And it'll flow back the other way. And that's the key to, especially if you're an owner-operator, to staying in business and staying successful, is to put yourself in a position where you where if the bottom falls out the market, it doesn't affect you. Now, there's a couple of drivers out there I watch that are in that position. The old Trucking with Schmidt, Dooner Livingstone, they know how to flow with it, and whether the market's real good or the market ain't so good, they gonna make their money. There's a bunch of them out there, that, especially them YouTubers, that are gonna go bankrupt. They better hope they make enough off YouTube to pay the bills, because trucking ain't gonna do it. Because it'll get so bad, it'll get so tight on freight that if you don't have contracts, you won't be able to get a load. All loads will be under contract. There won't be a spot market. Or the spot market will be so small that and the brokers that are running that spot market will already have a list of drivers that they know will haul freight for nothing. And they'll pick up the phone and call them. They won't even post the load. And all these guys have been sticking it to these brokers out over the past 3 or 4 years, just breaking it off with these brokers. They're going to be left out on a limb. They're going to be left out in the cold. And there's several factors going into this freight deal right now. It's number one, our economy is actually coming apart at the seams. The little boy's already got 10 fingers in the dike, and he's done run out of fingers. We're going to have to find another little boy. And it's absolutely coming apart. They're doing everything they can to patch it and nurse it along, but it's been overheated for so long that it's going to have to crash. It's the only way it's going to fix itself. Then we got China right now that's in another virtually complete shutdown. They got people locked in their houses. And if people locked in their houses in China, stuff over there don't get built. And if it don't get built, it don't get put on a boat. If it don't get on a boat, it don't get here. And every one of those is a load that doesn't get hauled. Or raw materials for stuff that's manufactured here that'll never get made to get hauled. Another thing is they're not widely publicizing. They seem to be intentionally trying to stay real hush hush about it. But we're going through another big round with the bird flu. They're having to kill chickens by the millions. Being primarily what we haul. It's caused us some trouble. canceled loads just flat disappearing like they never existed. It's causing us a good bit of hassle. And then there's various other factors that are causing freight shortages. And what's crazy is this time of year is when it's usually starting to take off. I mean, we're just about to get into barbecue season. I mean, that's what I'm hauling right now, is a load of charcoal. You know, it's spring break, Easter, summertime's coming. I mean, stuff usually takes off right now and gets busy. Not this year. I can noticeably see a big drop off in just everyday traffic on the road. These gas prices starting to actually take a bite. And people are sitting at home actually having to make decisions. And these kids today, they've never had to live this. They don't, they use their house as a piggy bank until the mortgage rates went up. Now they can't use their house as a piggy bank. Well, they figured that just lasts a little while, so then they use their credit cards and then run their credit cards up. Now here they are, underwater on their house, maxed out on their credit cards, and everything around them is going up. Food, gas, everything. And they're having to live a way they've never lived before on the cash they make. Paycheck to paycheck. And that's going to be a hard road to hoe. I foresee a lot of bankruptcies. This won't be like the last big crisis we had. They changed bankruptcy laws. So, you can't just declare bankruptcy and write everything off. They won't let you do that anymore. People walking away from their houses. I can tell you, on this road here, I come down this road about twice a month. This 2-lane. And parts of it up here are pretty desirable land, because I mean, it's out in the woods. It's out borders national forest. I mean, it's just real pretty country for people that want to live out in the sticks. And you couldn't get land down through here for a long time. It wasn't never for sale. And I am starting to see for sale signs pop up everywhere down this road. It's that way at the house. Starting to see for sale signs pop up at the house. There for a while, you couldn't hardly buy a house. Still can't hardly rent one. So I'm scared about them. All these immigrants are letting in the country down on the southern border. A lot of them come to where I live because of all the chicken plants. And we just don't have, there's just not nothing for rent. I mean, nothing available. That's, I don't know what's going to be done. Like I say, get out and check out some of these trucking channels that you can spot them. They usually drive their big old Kenworth W9 and younger guys. If you go look at their channel, there'll be thumbnails and they'll $1,800 for 91 miles, $5,600 for 800 miles. It's but they're starting to turn more like, can't find a load, no freight, know your worth. Y'all have any questions or comments, leave them down there in the comments section. If you would, like, subscribe. I could use the support. One thing with me, you won't have to worry about it. I ain't gonna blow smoke or sugarcoat it. I'm pretty much just gonna tell you what I see. Somebody that gets to see lots of different parts of the country, lots of different economies and people, kind of give you an idea of what's happening, you know, past your front door. I mean, here lately it's a lot of economy related, and it's probably going to be that way for the foreseeable future. Just economy stinks kind of like a wet turd, so that's going to keep it be the center of attention for a while. I'm going to say like, subscribe, leave me any questions or comments, call me ugly names, I don't care. Y'all take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.